YouTube decided I'm no longer allowed to use the music in my intro, so now, until I find another one, you're stuck with my voice.
What is up, guys? This is Lintheo coming at you with a discussion video on Maxx versus Effect Veiler. Now, these two cards were kind of staples last format in the main deck. They always have been kind of staples, falling in and out of favour between duelists. It always makes me wonder kind of like how important these cards are in the meta. At times, I think people are just putting it in because the cards used to be good. This is kind of stemming from this question that I was asked a while back. Is Maxx and Veiler needed anymore in this format? Now, my own personal opinion on that, I obviously want you guys to let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. My personal opinion is that Maxx is no longer really a main deck card. It's definitely a side deck card. Definitely. I think Effect Veiler takes priority over Maxx, and here's why. Looking at the most recent YCS just gone, that was YCS Atlanta, in the top 32, there was 11 Fire Fists, 6 Gear Gear, 4 Prophecy, 2 Mermail, 3 Heretic, 2 Bujin, Infinity, Dark World, Light Sworn, Evil Sworn. So the highest one there is Fire Fist. You know, Fire Fist, it's apparently tier 1 now, apparently tier 0, no, I'm only messing. But it's because his rank 4 toolbox is just crazy good now. Fire Fists, which is the better card against them? Maxx, they have Wolfberg, they do exceed into level 4s. They can stop though, they can happily sit there with their back row, with their Tenkies, Tensus, and just kind of sit there, summon, extra normal summon, and, you know, just start going off. They don't have to special summon. Obviously, they do their big pushes with special summoning, but they can survive without a turn. You know, if they get Maxx, if you summon a Wolfblade, they get Maxx, they're going to be like, okay. It doesn't really stop the deck. That's why Effect Veiler is so much better than Maxx against Fire Fists. Now, Fire Fists have a really big showing currently. They are one of the most popular decks in the format currently. And if you think what Effect Veiler stops, you know, it stops Wolfberg, it stops Bear, it stops a lot of stuff. It's just a better card, in my opinion, against that matchup. Now, if you go the second highest one, Gear Gear, both Maxx and Effect Veiler are amazing against that deck. You know, you can kind of stop the Gear Gear searches, you can stop armor, you can stop Gear Gear and X. You know, you can just kind of stop them in their tracks. You see, whereas with Maxx, it is good, but they don't have to make their plays. They can just give you a card, say for example they flip up armor, search for something, you know, and then special summon that accelerator. Then you can be like, okay, well, Maxx. They're probably going to let you draw. They're probably going to go into Gigi and X or something, because leaving that accelerator there isn't really decent, and it's kind of just a waste. So you might as well think, well, I might as well just give them a card and I'll just sit on an exceed for now. So in that sense, it's good because it stops them. But, you know, it's just, I don't think it's as good. I said it was very good, but I don't think it, like, the pedigree of Maxx is good anymore. But it's definitely one card to put Maxx in against is Gear Gear. The other one, Prophecy. Effect Veiler wins there. Effect Veiler is much better than Maxx in my opinion there, because, you know, yeah, you can drop it on the Priestess, you can drop it on anything else, but nah, it's not even worth it. Mermails, yeah, Maxx, great against them. Effect Veiler, not so much, so that's where Effect Veiler is like, you can kind of probably side that out. Heretics, Maxx all the way, can't really say much. You can Effect Veiler them if you really want. You can keep the Effect Veiler for the Atom plays, or the other XYZ plays, but it's not really going to stop them as much as Maxx does. So, you know, kind of two decks there that really suffer from Maxx. Bujin, you can go for the Effect Veiler there if you really want, but it's not really going to hurt your Matto. And, you know, kind of the other ones, the Infernity, Maxx, Dark World, doesn't really give a shit. You can drop the Maxx if you want. Light Swarm, both, and Evil Swarm doesn't really do much. Effect Veiler if needs be. But I know that's kind of a bit of a long-winded thing, just going through those random decks. But they have topped, and they are very popular. The main popular ones though, the Gear Gear, Karakiri, Mermail, Prophecy, Fire Fist, and a lot of smatterings of Heretics. I just think that if I could choose one of them, if I could only choose either a Maxx or a Veiler to have in the main deck, I'd choose Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler just covers more of the decks better, whereas Maxx doesn't really affect many. You might be able to stop them for a turn, but they can happily, it's no detriment to them if you stop them for a turn, because they can still have cards out. With Effect Veiler, you lull them into a false sense of security, they go for those XYZ plays, then you drop the Veiler, and they might not expect it. You know, they summon that Wolfberg, you Veiler it, they've got no chance out of it. Whereas with Maxx, they might still, okay, I might still push a little bit. So it does go down to player preference quite a lot. The cards are decent still, but I do question whether Maxx is good enough to be in the main deck anymore. I mean, when Heretics were big at the start of the format, it was good. Last format with Dragons, it was a staple. It was a complete staple, and so was Effect Veiler, because Maxx dealt with the special summons, Effect Veiler dealt with those XYZ summons. But now, Dragons aren't really a thing, and if you think Dragons are still a thing, they're not. Like, they're a complete shell of what they were, and they're not really a viable deck. Look at the tops, you know, it speaks for itself. They're nowhere to be seen. So, Effect Veiler versus Maxx. Personally, I prefer Effect Veiler because it just, as I said earlier, covers a lot more of the decks, and decks that isn't necessarily considered good against, it can still hurt them. So let me know down in the comment section below what you think. Definitely want to know if you prefer Maxx or Veiler. Any arguments for or against is always good to hear. Like, comment, subscribe, and I shall see you later.